Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sonnet, the owner and creator behind Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and in today's video, you guys are getting a thrift haul. So if you guys have been following my channel, you'll know that I am starting a thing called Thrifting Thursday. So every Thursday, I am gonna go thrifting, I'm gonna get my thrift on, and I'm gonna hopefully find some really great items. So yesterday was my very first thrifting excursion and I found some great stuff. Before we get started though, I do want to say a huge thank you to one of my viewers, Deb McHale. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to show you guys all what Deb gave me. So on one of my recent lives, she mentioned that she had sent me something and I should be on the lookout. And you guys, she made me the most amazing apron. Now this is super special because she made it, but you guys, look what she put on the front. Is that not the coolest? Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So I wore it during my very first live, which was today, Friday. And I did not get anything on it. I was so worried, but I guess, you know, that's what an apron is for, to get something on it. But I absolutely love it. And thank you, Deb. Definitely made me tear up. I was like, it was so sweet and kind of her. So thank you, thank you. And I will be wearing this on all my lives now. So super excited about that. So I wanted to tell you guys what she gave me and give her a huge shout out. Now moving on, let's get started with the haul. So first and foremost, my favorite item, you guys, the trunk. Okay, so I did some Googling and I know that it obviously varies. You have to find a buyer and all that good stuff, but the trunks like this are going for a lot. And the lock on there, I found the lock alone going for $75. So the amount that I paid $7.99 for it. I am definitely going to clean it up and I'm going to get it into one of my booths. Not sure exactly which one, but definitely one of them. And I know that I read after I posted the video, I did like a really short video of it. Many asked like, oh, I can't, or said they couldn't wait to see what I was going to do with it. I am not doing anything. It's being sold as is. It is an amazing piece of vintage. Yeah, it's just amazing, you guys. It is absolutely amazing in the state that it's at. So let's start with the first, my haul of croquet mallets. So like a couple months ago, I found a bunch of croquet balls and I have those displayed amongst in a vignette in my home and it looks so cool. But I am going to be putting these in my booth and I think they would be so awesome in some type of vintage display in your home. So I am going to, as I go through these, I'm going to be putting them into different bins, clear plastic bins, either to go directly into my booth, items that are going to go for future like winter, etc. So, or like if I have to do a flipping to it. So these are going to go in my booth. So they are going to get priced and I'm putting those in the very first bin. I ended up getting 2, 4, 6 of them. One of them I'm keeping for myself. And at this point, maybe more. No, I'm getting rid of them. But okay, so that is that. And let's just start from this side and we'll work our way over. So you guys, I cannot pass up a good leather belt. Somebody already had taken off the buckle, and honestly, like I have so many of these buckles because I cut these up for cuffs and I probably should see the value of some of these buckles because I have just a bin full of buckles. So I'm not sure. I'm always finding these without the buckles, so maybe I should look at that. Actually, my mom was thrifting with me. So as long as she's in town, she will be on a thrifting mission with me as well. So my mom actually found all these little containers and she found actually 5 of them. So I have 5 containers and I am going to do an upcycle with these. So this is going to go into one of my upcycle boxes. Then I found this, and at first I thought it was really old, but it actually says the Pioneer Woman on it. So I still think it's super cute and it will definitely be going into a booth. You guys know how much I love vintage books, and I found a ton of them. I do have to tell you, I found this. It's a book of hymns and it's tiny. And I found it just thrown in one of the bins, and there's no, I typically love hymns that have the music notes on it. It didn't have it, but I just loved the look of this little book, and I'm gonna put it on a shelf. My mom was looking at it and she pulled out this little tiny piece of, there's like a little tiny spot. Anyways, so she goes, oh, it's a note. I said, a note? It's a handwritten note. And thy way and all thy sorrows give, but it says here, congratulations on your confirmation, Grace. So this lady wrote a handwritten note to whoever's this was. And I thought, that was so stinking sweet. So I'm keeping this. This is something that is going to go on my shelf. But I ended up getting all these books, and I probably will put some of them in the booth as is. Some of them I will do my upcycling to it. I love like taking books and just transforming them. I get a lot of kickback from some of the books that I've transformed. But honestly, these are all going to be probably just tossed if I don't take them and rescue them in some way, shape, or form. What I ended up finding were these little metal crates, and I ended up getting 2, 4, 6 of them. And I think I'm going to use them to do some type of organization. So I grabbed those. I thought I just liked the look of how vintage they looked. They probably aren't worth anything, but I thought to help me get organized, I definitely am going to grab those. Or B. Oh my gosh, you guys. So this was not a lot at the Home Goods, and I probably didn't spend a lot on it, but oh my gosh, look at all that beautiful detail. I think what I'm planning on doing is either maybe doing something that says like bees or birds or something really cool and fun. Now, my daughter has played softball forever, and I believe this is like an old vintage softball. So I grabbed that. She has a couple others. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I thought this was pretty darn cool. So I grabbed that for her to put in her display. She's got some really cool, real old ones that when I used to do the St. Germain flea market, a guy gave her a bunch of them. So that will be going into Caitlin's vignette. Next, I found this enamel bucket, and normally I find these big ones, you guys. And this was so, it's perfect. It's perfect for a tree. And I thought too, like depending on, here I'm thinking way ahead, but depending on what the IOD sisters come up with for next year for the holiday release, I think this would be perfect to have a tree in it and some kind of transfer on the front. So I'm super excited about that. And that's why I grabbed this. So this is gonna go into more of my like, I want to put it in a holiday, but I think it's going to go into a future upcycle just because who knows, maybe I'll be inspired to do something else. I also found all these pieces of like rolls of fabric, and they're all different fun ones. And I'm like, oh, I love ribbon. And I'm thinking like this one, even though it's got browns and stuff, I still thought it was kind of cool. This one for all you black and white lovers. So I grabbed these because I thought maybe there would be a future purpose. So this is going to go into like my craft area for items that I can use to then continue on with my future upcycles. I'm always losing, you guys, I'm always losing little bits. I found these as well. So a couple of them are rusted, but I love to find very, like this one, I want it to be as thin as possible. So sometimes I feel like my screws, the opening of that screw is so tiny, especially the old vintage ones, that these were perfect. So, I mean, like, don't even think it was like $1 for all of this. So, and at the store, this would have been a little bit more expensive. So this is going to go into my tool supply, and definitely something that I needed. I ended up grabbing these, and guys, I don't even know why they caught my eye, but they did. And I loved the red and the white. I liked how vintage it was. I was trying to think, should I just like leave as is, or should I do something with them? At this point, I love the red and white. The handles, there's some stuff going on. So what I'm thinking is I am going to put them into my upcycle container, and on a future video or live, I will be doing something fun with these to bring out just do something fun. I don't know really yet what. I have to think about it, but I'm really excited about it. This was so cool. It was like screaming my name, and oh, guys, it is so, I mean, is it old and vintage? I'm not even sure. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. And I'm thinking that it probably fit into something. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit more. It is so cool though. I loved how it's wrought iron and old and vintage looking, and maybe even I might actually even use it in some of maybe my own home decor. I don't know yet. I think it's super cool though. And I'm going to be doing a lot of different touches on my own home. You know, we live in a Cape Cod style home. I just want to add touches of vintage throughout and just give it more character, and add just a little bit of things in each of the rooms. So that's something I will be showing on future videos as well. So that is definitely going to be on a future upcycle, whether it be an upcycle for the booth and just put it in, or for my home. I found these National Geographics, and I grabbed them for 2 reasons. They were super cool looking, number one, and I love that they were yellow. And the next thing I want to show you are these yellow chairs. But they were screaming to me like spring kind of colors. And I just thought they're super cool, like vintage National Geographic. So they will be going into my booth. Like this one's from 1929, 1925, and 1926. Like super cool. Yellow chairs, guys. I just have to show you these. Okay, so I showed my husband this. I said, are these not just screaming spring? And he said, Sonnet, I hate to break it to you, but spring is a long ways away. Winter just started here in Wisconsin. I don't care, guys. These are going to end up in my booth for my spring booth flip. I cannot wait to get them in one of my booths, and I think they are screaming spring. Definitely just right in my booth. Not sure yet what I'm going to price them at, but I'm loving them. I'm trying to get so organized as I go on these Thrifting Thursdays. I want to make sure that I'm putting these in the right categories and in the right areas so they definitely get used. It's my key to future organization, or continued organization. Yeah, continued organization moving forward as I thrift. On the way out of I started leaving the thrift store, and they actually had this bin, or like this like area, like I don't even know if it was a bin, it was like a box of stuff, and people started digging through it. And I grabbed this. I thought this was so super cute. There's no markings on it though, so I don't know. I still grabbed it because it's a vintage piece of pottery. And then I grabbed these 2 pieces because I had some others in my booth and they sold right away. These are both vintage Fenton. And then after, I kind of felt like I was going to get in trouble for digging in there because I don't know if we were supposed to, and some other people started. Then this lady dug out all kinds of other Fenton that was so cool. She grabbed it all. If you guys have been following along on my lives, I am going to redo a door in my work area, and that is a space, or that door is going to be like my inspirational wall or door, and it's going to help me keep on track for my goals. And so one thing I want to do is I want to paint it. After I paint it, I do want to put all kinds of different frames all over it and have like my goals and ideas in each of the frames. So with that said, I have a lot of really big frames, but I want to also incorporate some smaller frames as well. And I found my very first one. I'm super excited about this. This is awesome. And yeah, I cannot wait to start adding all different really cool looking frames to that door. And it will definitely be, I think we're going to do it on a live. We're going to just redo the whole door, add the frames, paint it. And then you guys can make sure that I stay on track for all of my goals and for the year. So I found this. It's enamel ware, or it's like enamel, I think. I thought it was so stinking cute. So my vision is, I think it would be fun hanging on like something, and then maybe having a bird's nest in here or something. I'm not really sure yet, but I saw this and I was like, I have to have it. I didn't want to have a ton of upcycles, but I do need items for future thrift to treasure videos, right? That's why I'm doing it for you guys. Not because I have a problem of just buying stuff. I saw these and definitely had to have them. They are old vintage skates, and I've been wanting to add vintage skates to my booth in the winter, and I just never have found pairs. I see them during the year. I never grab them. So when I saw these, I knew right away these were going to be going into my cart. And then I was going to also put them into the holiday bin. So I have a bin just for holiday. This, and I thought this would be perfect again for some type of upcycle. I did one for myself and it looked so awesome and everybody loved it so much that I think I'm going to be doing one and getting it in to my booth as well. So this will be, again, another great future upcycle product. This is like some sort of vintage lantern. And it opens right here. I don't know how to get it all the way open. Oh God, I don't want to break it. That would be so fun. So I think what I'm gonna do to it is probably put a different hanger on it. I'm not really sure. I just think it's super cool looking. I loved it though. I love the vintage feel of it. Look at all that detail. That I am going to, I think, spray. Okay, you guys tell me, should I spray it or sell as is? I'm going to just put it in the I'm selling as is, and we'll go from there. Found this greenery. Oh my, this was good. I loved it. And I'm probably going to just price it as is and put it in my booth. Like I just like the look and feel of it. It does not look cheap. And the minute I saw that, I grabbed it. This is perfect for like the fall. So Macintosh apples, I just thought I liked the handles. There's really nothing that I really need to do to this. Yes, could I upcycle it? Absolutely. Will I? No, I'm going to put it in my bin for the fall. I'm going to try to be like much more organized as I'm thrifting throughout the year. So that way in fall and winter, everything is ready to go. So I am going to try to pre-price all these items ahead of time. And that way I just can grab from my bins, like my clear plastic bins that are already in my storage unit. Guys, is this not the cutest sign? It does say Heart and Soul, Searcy, Arkansas, handcrafted. I really thought it was fun. I liked it, and I am going to just leave it as is and put it right in my booth for the holidays. When I do Antique Acres, there's other vendors there as well. And one of the vendors, she was at thrifting too. And she's like, I know how much you love these little lane boxes. I saw you, Sonnet, and I grabbed it for you. I'm like, oh, thank you. So this one says, compliments of the perfect match JCPenney gift registry lane. So it like is so stinking cute. I love it. And so we're gonna do an upcycle on this one too. I love brass things. This ended up when I was at the bins, I was throwing stuff in and it ended up in the very bottom of my bin. I think she might be pregnant. I'm not really sure. Like, look at her little belly. But it is so, it's very unique. So I am going to just price it and get it in my booth as is. These I'm keeping for myself. I think they look so fun. I thought they'd be great for outside for the summer to like roll dice with these. So that is something I am going to keep for myself, but I loved them. Found this and it just says lantern. I don't really know where it's from. There's no other markings, but it definitely is screaming spring. It's brand new and it's going into my booth as is. The basket. So I found 2 different baskets. This one, you guys, I'm so sad. I love the look of this basket. I love how vintage it looks, but the handle is broken. I'm assuming it probably was maybe a picnic basket and the top got like lost, but I don't think there's any way to fix this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna remove the handles altogether and just put it in my booth as is, as like a vintage basket. In the comments, let me know what you guys think. I am going to probably put it on my fixing to do, but I love the look of it, like I said, so much that I could not pass it up. I found this little case and, oh, you guys, okay, it did open. Oh no, now it's not opening. Oh yeah, okay. So I found this little case. I think he's super, super cute. I probably could sell him as is, but I'm going to put him in my to-do pile just because I want to give him an update. He does have a bit of wear and tear here, so possibly he might be going in my booth eventually, maybe as is, but at this point, I'm still up in the air how I want to handle him, so I'm going to put him in an upcycle crate. This for me. And I'm a big gardener, so this has the little device to spin, so it will spin, and that's what it is, and it has a beautiful like thing hanging off. I don't necessarily love the metal finish on it. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to actually do something to it, whether it be use like DIY paint and paint it really cool for outside. So I am actually going to put this in my crate of future thrift flips, and we are going to flip this and we are going to do something really fun. I loved the feet, you guys. Is this not the coolest? So I probably could put this as is currently in my booth and just have something, you know, use it as like a riser. And so I'm gonna start off by doing that, and then we're gonna see if it sells. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna pull it out and we're gonna do something different with it. So I'm gonna wash that up, price it, and get that in my booth. The same gal that ended up giving me that Lane little hope chest, she also found this basket for me as well. I thought it was so cute, and this is just gonna go into my booth like as is. I love it. I just think it looks like a little suitcase, and I thought about doing something to it, but honestly, I think it's just needs a good cleaning up. It's a little dusty, and I'm gonna get it probably in my booth. If anything, I might add just a little bit of a color wash to the basket itself. So at this point, it's going in, getting into my booth as is. I found these little Avery labels, and you guys, I label so much stuff. I thought, they're kind of like, labels are getting expensive too, so super cheap. Grab those. You guys, I love artwork, love hand painted items, and this is like an oil painting. It's so beautiful. It had a frame. The frame actually was all broke, so I just grabbed this, and I love, oh you guys, I just love that turquoise look. I love the flowers. I don't even know who this is, but what I'm going to do is around the edges. I'm just going to add a little bit of, I think I'm gonna do maybe black. I don't know, I'm gonna do something, or maybe sell as is, but I'm just gonna put it in my booth for spring and someone else can enjoy this beautiful print. Or painting, it's not a print, but this beautiful oil painting. So I'm going to just sell it as is at this point. I love Tabasco baskets, or tobacco baskets, well, I can't even pronounce it right. But I saw this and I don't know if it's old or new or what have you, but I just love the whole vintage feel of it, that I'm just selling as is and it's going directly in my booth. What I'm trying to look for, items that I can just put directly in my booth without doing a lot of upcycling. That is my mission for the year. This item is actually going to be in Monday's Thrift to Treasure. I saw this at, it was actually at the bins, it was laying there. It says framed W. Zeller Waterscape Mill. I don't really know. They apparently thought it was something, you know, it probably is something special. It probably is. I probably should take out the print, but something else is going in here and this frame is going to get a complete upcycle. So that will be in Monday's video. But you guys, I love finding awesome frames, and how chunky this is. It just screamed, buy me, buy me. So I did. As we're moving on, my mom found these all for me. I have a lot of wooden skis, but I don't have any ski poles to go with. So I ended up getting 3 wooden ski poles to go with all my skis. I got a pair of wooden skis as well. This will all be going into my holiday display for next year. My mom was thrifting with me and she was at a bin and she was digging through the bin, you guys. And she got done digging through the bin and I just kept on walking. We kind of had our different paths of how we were digging through all the bins. I went into the bin that she just dug in and I found this guy, and it's a cardinal. And when my mom got to my cart, she's like, oh, where did you get that cardinal? And I said, in the booth that you were just digging in like a little bit ago. You totally missed it. And so that just really shows that everyone sees things differently, or like you can go back through a second time and see something completely different than you did the first time. So I am going to gift this to my mom because she absolutely loves cardinals and she wants to, she actually was like, well, you know how much I love cardinals? Yes, I do. So this will be going to my mom. So I'm going to put that in. I guess now I have a mom pile. But I appreciate that she went with me and we just had so much fun together. I actually have been thrifting quite a few of these, and I am going to put them all in a display together. I do have an ironing board, so I think it's going to be perfect, like a perfect like little display with that vintage ironing board. So I'm gonna put these all together. I found one lone skate, and this last year I wanted to do like a thrift flip on like my skates. I actually had another pair of skates that I actually got from a viewer, and I cannot find those to save my life. I don't know what I did with them. I know that I pulled them out at one point to do a flip, and then I must have set them somewhere and I cannot find them. So I'm sure as I organize, you guys, I'm probably gonna find a lot of stuff that either I grabbed and set somewhere, or because I have like 3 areas that I'm going to focus on this year to get completely organized, and I just kind of like shove stuff or stash stuff. So this is going to be going into the Christmas container. You guys know how much I love my enamelware. Oh my Lord, I saw this, I had to have it. I'm actually going to probably just put it in my booth, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Valentine's Day, you know, with the reds, this would be perfect for that. And I know that people like to do their own upcycles too, or like just use the enamelware. So not exactly sure yet. I think I'm gonna put it in probably my upcycle. Okay, here, I think I started off putting it directly in my booth to now upcycling it. So I think I talked myself into upcycling this. I was going through all the bins and there is a stack of these. Okay, you guys, I don't know what it is about these, but they're all metal and I loved them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I just think they're so cool looking. And then one of them was separated, and this one is actually, it's the same thing on the back, but somebody painted this pink and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I love it. So these are gonna go into my upcycling bin because I think I could do something really fun with them. I don't know what yet, but that's why I bought them. I mean, sometimes, like this probably was a purchase that I should not have done. I probably should have walked away because I didn't have any clue. I have no clue what I'm gonna do with these, but I think that there's some value in saving them, or I think I can do something with them, I guess is what I should say. So they ended up in my cart and now in my home. And now going into my future upcycle bin. After I found the croquet set, or it's not really a set, the sticks, I found this little chair and I thought, would that not be the cutest? Like have this displayed and have the croquet set or all the croquet mallets like in something standing up, maybe even that basket. I just thought it would be so cool in a vignette together. So I could not pass this up. I'm a sucker, you guys. I love these. I love these calendars. And I think I'm just gonna put it probably in, it's not that I think, I am going to put it in my booth as is. And I have a bunch of like Easter eggs that I'm gonna be putting in it. I think it'll be perfect for that. This sign, is this not just the super cutest sign? First of all, it's got yellow, it's Morton salt. I don't know if it appears to be vintage of some sort, but it is definitely going to be going into my booth. It goes with the yellows. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm like, who would get rid of something so cool? So it's going in my booth. I found this and it just says by Kathy. So I'm not sure if Kathy made this or what, but it is Farm Fresh Christmas trees. So I am going to put that into my futuristic Christmas box. I found these two and I had to have them. I'm not even sure exactly what they are. I'm sure that somebody probably knows what these are, but they definitely caught my eye. And I had seen another gal on Instagram, and for the life of me, I cannot remember her name, and I just scratched myself. But I cannot remember her name, but she upcycled one of these and it looked so cool. And so that is what I plan on doing with these two, is upcycling them. She did like a whitewash and shabby them and just, oh gosh, it looked so good. And when I saw these two, I'm like, I'm gonna do something really fun with them. You guys let me know. Maybe they are something valuable of some sort and I should probably not be doing an upcycle to them, but let me know in the comments. More enamelware, I cannot pass up these. I love the handles and I love that you can put something really fun on the back. So that is definitely going to be going into my upcycle container. These, it says craft sticks, 50 cents. And I love these little craft sticks. So I'm thinking this would be kind of fun. I am going to be selling, or I am selling my milk paint, and I thought this would be kind of fun to display the colors of the milk paint. So I grabbed these and I'm going to use those definitely for that future project. You guys know how much I love my little teapots, and I cannot pass up a vintage tray with feet. Oh my. So these are going to be on like a future upcycle as well. I think they are so fun. And this one does have a dent, but sometimes it's like embracing the imperfections. Found all these wood things and they are takes. So somebody officially cut these all out. These, I don't know if these were manufactured or what, but I found these ones and then I found these big ones. And I just thought, these are so fun. So there's a bunch of big tags. Some of them are perfect, some of them are not. There's some medium ones, like this one, they didn't do it. It's not centerized, but that's okay. So I grabbed them all. I figured even like having them already like cut like this, I can do something fun with them. So there's those, and then there's two little signs. So somebody else did cut these out, and I'm gonna make some cute little signs with those. And I'm always looking for some fun items like this to do on my lives, to do on future, you know, on videos, and it's already all pre-cut, right? So it was a good idea that I grabbed them all. It's not gonna just end up in my stash where I never use it, right? Right. I saw this and right away I'm like, oh, painterly. I know it seems kind of odd, but so this was originally from Hobby Lobby for $4, but I mean, very little money when I got it at the bins. So that is going to be a future video or project. Blocks, you guys, really cool old vintage blocks. Okay, I say old and vintage. I'm assuming they're old and vintage. Look at all the detail. I think they're fun. I don't know if they're old, but I grabbed them and they will be used in my holiday decor. Next year, with all those darn Christmas trees, there is going to be a bunch of these and Christmas trees all being worked in together. I love all things rusty, and I could not pass up this metal rusty container. This is going in my booth as is. I love wool blankets, you guys, and I found this wool blanket, and look, yellows. I have this whole vision for my booth with yellows, and I love the black. This is so exciting. It's gonna go right with all this decor. This is the other basket I found, and the bottom has a little bit of damage here, but the handles are still fine. The top is not. I don't know. I'm assuming it was an old basket for like an old picnic basket, but I saw it and I thought it was definitely worth rescuing. So I grabbed that, and that is it, you guys. That is my haul. I think I found so much great stuff, and I have a vision for several of my booths, for my booth flips that I'm doing for spring. So one booth is definitely gonna have a lot of yellows. Another booth is gonna have like a lot of blues. So definitely follow along as I start doing my spring booth flips. I have 3 booths if you haven't been to my channel before, and I will be flipping all 3 with my spring booth flips. So all different spring vignettes, and I'm super excited to get that started. And booth number 1 that I'm flipping will be over at the Ye Olde Goat. I have been meaning to do it like a lot sooner, but we have been in the depths of freezing cold weather. It's so bitter cold here in Wisconsin that I could not even think about putting anything into my vehicle or taking anything out to get it into my booth. So I'm hoping as it warms up this weekend and into next week, we're gonna do my first booth flip over at the Ye Olde Goat. But I want to thank you guys all for joining me today. And if you haven't already and you like my videos, go ahead, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, you guys, so you don't miss a video. I do put those out every Monday and Friday. And I know that I took a little bit of a mini vacation over the holidays, but I am right back at it. So every Monday and Friday, you guys are going to be seeing videos. And on Monday, you guys are getting a thrift to treasure. So I have a bunch of items that I am going to be flipping that I've recently thrifted. So we'll see you guys Monday, and you have a great weekend. Bye.